Well, up and at 'em, everybody. Hank, a Big Ben with you. Hey, we've talked about it before, but these imposter scams that are out there's one going around now, particularly if you are in business, that Nancy Cahalen from the Better Business Bureau is going to tell us about and warn us about and give us some pointers on how we can avoid it. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. So consumers, they've lost a record $10 billion with a B to fraud in 2023, and imposter scams were the most prevalent swindle. So what happens here? The imposter scams, they come in many different varieties, but they all work the same way. They pretend to be someone you trust and try to convince you to send them money. So we're talking about two today, and one is this fake government compliance notice scam, and it targets small business owners, and you get a letter. It's official looking. It comes from the United States Business Regulations Department, and they tell you need to comply with federal filing requirements. And so this all kind of sounds real. They tell you to go to a website or follow a QR code to take you there. They mention fines for non-compliance. That sounds kind of what we hear, And unfortunately, it's all a scam. They want your information. They want you to pay them money. And we've received several scam tracker reports from business owners about this one. So you got to watch out. These scammers are smart, they're clever, and these imposter scams work or they wouldn't keep doing them. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to avoid these. Always verify the correspondence with government agencies. If you get a piece of mail or a call, take a step back and ensure that it's legitimate before taking action. Call the government agency directly. Use the official phone number and verify that the communication is real. So if you take that step first, you might prevent a lot of heartache down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that always seems to be the first and actually simplest step, yet obviously so many of us don't take it, Nancy, and that is simply verify who it is, particularly if it's from a government agency, because a lot of times people will get scammed for something that they find out later government would have never asked you for that, or they never would have asked you for that information in the way in which you were asked for it.
Absolutely. And, and mailings, they can look so official. They use government seals, and it looks very official. So you need to take a breath and check it out. Make sure it's real. Look for grammar, spelling, or formatting errors. A lot of these scams come from other countries, and they have grammatical mistakes, spelling errors, or it's strangely formatted. These are red flags. When they send you to a website, or if they tell you to follow a QR code, look to make sure it's secure. If it's not secure, it's definitely not on the up and up. And you don't want to give your personal information or make a payment at any website that isn't secure. And remember, that has the HTTPS for secure and a little locked padlock up there. Don't engage with these scammers. If you know you're dealing with a scammer, stop communicating. Don't answer their calls, their letters, their emails. Block their numbers if you can. Don't communicate. Remember, they know who you are, and you don't know who they are. They're very clever, and you really shouldn't try to outsmart them.
No, that's I was just curious about that, Nancy. I think that every once in a while somebody probably decides that, right? I'm going to mess with these guys. I know this is a scam. I'm going to mess with them. And as you've told us many times, simply don't engage. Even when you're getting those fake phone calls and you know that it's one, just let it ring. Just don't engage at all.
Yes, that's the best thing. I know some people that this is a hobby. Messing with these scammers, it's dangerous. And the scammers, they, as I said, they know who you are. I mean, you don't know who they are. So it really is. It doesn't pay off in the long run. Just don't engage. And report government imposter scams to the FBI. Put it in the scam tracker, BBB scam tracker, and that helps people avoid them. But you need to let the FBI know. That's ic3.gov, because they need to know about this, and any information you can give them can help them track them down to shut them down.
Yeah, ic3.gov. And you know what? So I'll tell you, I've got one just last week that I think falls a little bit into this category. So Nancy, when COVID had hit us, there was grants and things that were out there, and in order for us to be able to get grants, and Radio Worcester was able to get a couple of these, I had to register. I had to have my System for Award Management, my SAM number, with the government. Now, we're out of COVID. These were things that I'm not a nonprofit. These were things that weren't really. I don't. There's not a lot of grants that are going to come my way in the future. I don't feel this was really a very COVID specific kind of thing where I was eligible for these as a small business. So it is true that I let my SAM number wane. Well, my wife actually is opening up the mail, and she goes, "Hey, do we still have that SAM number?" And I go, "Oh," because I'm thinking, "Oh man." Now, she's going to give it to me and say, "Well, why didn't you just re-register and keep it?" And I said, "Oh, no, you know what? I did let that lapse. I'm sorry, I was just lazy." She says, "Oh, well, here's this company that says for $499 that they can, get you re-registered and get your SAM number." Now, that means that this company, because there's no fee. There's no fee to register. There's no fee to maintain your registration. There's no you just go and you apply again. There's no fee with the government. So here's this company that somehow knows when people's registration number has lapsed, and out of the goodness of their heart are going to charge me $500 for something that's free. Now, I'm pretty sure it's a scam. I suppose, I don't know, maybe there's some way that it's not, but I have to provide all the information. It's all my personal information. In order for them to re-register it, I'd have to, even if it was on the up and up, I'd have to give them all my personal information. So that was one that I just got in the mail yesterday where I said, I'm just not buying this.
No, that was very smart of you. There are a lot of scams out there where they're trying to charge you for things that you get free. And one of the ones, another one for businesses, is those posters. They'll tell you it's a law. You have to have these posters up for in the employee break room. It's got all kinds of information, and they charge you, hundreds of dollars, and say there's going to be a big fine if you don't. You can get this stuff online. You can download it free and post it from the government agencies, and so there's no need to pay anybody for it. So those are things to watch out for, and they seem innocent enough, but they wouldn't keep doing them if they weren't working, and they're getting money for something that you could get for free.
Absolutely. Anything else we have to watch out for?
Well, I had one more scam, and this is targeted towards parents of high school students. So, the target is shifted a lot from businesses. Watch out for SAT prep scams. So parents of high school students, the SAT scores are a big deal. And with college admissions and scholarships on the line, they pay for tutors and test prep materials for their children. And so scammers are taking advantage of this. They have access to kids' name and school information, and they're tricking parents into paying for bogus SAT prep materials. So always be wary of unsolicited callers. If they call out of the blue, research them before you give them any personal information or agree to participate in any kind of program they have. Double check with your child. If the scammers say they're calling because of a service your child requested, tell them you need to check that out with your child and hang up. And understand the College Board's practices. The College Board will never ask you for bank or credit card information over the phone. So if the caller suggests otherwise, hang up. And in this case, you may be signing up for some kind of a test prep. Use your credit card. Always use your credit card if you're purchasing something online. That way you have some protection there. There's all these imposter scams, and we just have to be on our toes. And even if you don't lose money, if you found out about a scam, please report it to bbb.org/scam tracker and help others to avoid falling victim.
Absolutely. Very, very good. Nancy, thank you so much. We want to definitely be able to avoid those scams. Scam tracker, anything else? You had given us the number for the website for the government as well. Any other that we should be aware of?
Well, we do have a bbb.org/avoid scams, and there's a lot of information on there about many different types of scams. So that is good reading as well.
Excellent. Nancy Cahalen is the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau, serving central and western Massachusetts and northeastern Connecticut. She joins us every Tuesday morning to keep you safe. Nancy, thank you.
Oh, thanks again for having me on.